All right, well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting day in mathematics. Whoop, whoop. Warm-up number 72 is on the screen. By now, we are experts at all those four, so hopefully it doesn't take you long. I'll give you guys, what, how many minutes? Bam, 20, no. How about 6 minutes? 6 minutes? All right, go. All right, check with the neighbor what they got for the warm-up before I get us rolling with this. All right. Hurry up, hurry up. I'll give you some time to share with your neighbors before I start getting some volunteers going. All right. We good? Yes? All right, get us started, please. Emily P., complete the square for number 1, please. Plus 81. Hands if you got that. That is correct. How about the factors, Emily P.? You can use a shortcut, square root, square root, squared. Yes, that is correct. Hands if you got that. All right, not bad, not bad. Let's go. Number 2, Mr. Q. All right, this is 20i. Hands if you got 20i. Yeah, okay. Number 3, addition. What'd you get for addition? Emily P., pass someone. You said what? -2 plus 5i. Hands if you got that. Close. Instead of -2, it should be what, everyone? Negative what? 10. Negative, or did you say -10? Oh, my bad. Okay. All right, -10. Be nice, Courtney Jean. -10 plus 5i. All right, not bad. Subtraction. Pass someone, Courtney Jean. Selena, what'd you get? 6 plus 3i. Hands if you got that. That is correct. Bam, Selena from the quarter. Multiplication. What'd you get for the product? Pass someone, Selena. Anthony D. For who? All right, Anthony D., what'd you get? What is it, I'm sorry? -20 minus 34i. Hands if you got that. All right, I sense a disturbance in the force. Let's double check. 4 times I is 4i squared. 4 times -8 is -32i. -2 times I, -2i. And -2 times -8, that's +16. Next, remind your neighbor what to substitute for I squared. Everyone, what do we substitute for I squared? Yeah, -1. Let me zoom in here. We substitute -1. Therefore, I bring down the 4. I'm going to combine like terms, might as well at this point. 32 minus 2, that's -34i. I bring down the 16. So 4 times -1 is -4. What is -4 plus 16? That's +12. So therefore, this should be instead of negative 20 is positive 12 minus 34i. Hands if you got that. All right. Last but not least, division. What'd you get for your division? Division. Pass someone, Anthony. Hold on. Okay, I gotta share this, and it's being recorded. Guys, those of you that are watching on YouTube, I see Anthony turning to see people before choosing them, and it's kind of like when you see a catcher sending a sign to the pitcher, and the pitcher kind of like nods off the call or whatever. I see people nodding not to call on them. That's so funny. Anyways, who? Maya A. What'd you get, Maya A? That's it. All right, let me go over this one. This is 4i minus 2 divided by I minus 8. What number times I gives us 4i? It is 4. 4 times I is 4i. 4 times negative 8, negative 32. Subtract. Distribute here and here, so this is a negative 4i, positive 32, this cancels. 32 minus 2, that's 30 as our remainder. Therefore, our answer is 4 plus the remainder of 30, and our divisor is I minus 8. I minus 8. All right. Inverses. For the sake of time, here goes. The inverse for 4a is f inverse of x equals x plus, oh, my bad. My brain's going faster than me. It's negative 3x minus 7. Hands if you got that. Negative 3x minus 7. Yes? Okay. And for b, we got f inverse of x equals, let's see, we got 4x minus 24 and all that over 3. Yes? Plus 24? Oh, yeah, plus 24. Maya A from the corner. Let's go. Hands if you got that. That is correct, all right? So make sure you send that in, please, on your screen. Copy the agenda, warm-up number 72, quadratic equations. And today we're wrapping this up. We're wrapping this up by solving 8 quadratic formula problems for home plate only. Notice here the word only. Okay? So copy that, and once again, if you haven't turned in your home plate, make sure you do that on Canvas, and then get a Cornell note going, please. Also, to get your access to the home plate, your Nearpod code for today is SRDG2, 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 SRDG2. All right. All right. So get a Cornell note going, please. I'll give you some time for that. You don't need a Frere model. However, as you're setting that up, remind your neighbor of the definition of quadratic equations. What is the definition for quadratic equations without looking at your notes? Bah. So, once again, our objective for today, can solve and graph quadratic equations. We already had plenty of practice with completing the square. So today we're going to finish up with our quadratic formula. So definition for quadratic equations was 2 variable equations where the highest degree is 2. We got that, yeah? What they look like, what they don't, and so on and so forth. When we started with completing the square, these were the 6 steps that we took. We did some practice with that. And then we got to the portion where we revisited the 3 different ways of solving quadratic equations, which were by graphing, square roots, and factoring. So how many different ways do we know now? 3, completing the square is 4, and quadratic formula 5, but you need practice with quadratic formula. That's what we're going to do today. Okay? Yes, Mr. Q. All right, good. So that took us to the quadratic formula without looking at your notes. Remind your neighbor the quadratic formula. My goodness. Then we'll have Brandon enlighten us. All right, Brandon Doherty, go. X equals. Close. Minus b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So, in today's notes, write it in there again, please. Write quadratic formula without looking at your notes. Try to write it without looking at your notes. Quadratic formula. X equals minus b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. X equals minus b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. X equals minus b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. We got it? X equals minus b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. X equals minus b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. All right, turn your notes over. Turn your notebook over. All right, tell your neighbor the formula without looking at your notes. All right, we got it? All right, so I'm going to pick someone, and they're going to go up front and recite the quadratic formula. Everybody's going to get their phones and record them. Just kidding. All right, so with that said, copy this down. Example 2Q, write this down. Solve the quadratic formula. X squared plus 10x minus 9. So we're going to solve this using the quadratic formula. We're going to go through the process. We're going to go do plenty of them together. Then you're going to do some on your own, but you should be able to do these by now. Here we go. Step 1 on the side. SF. Tell your neighbor what that means. Yeah, standard form, and make sure it's equal to 0. So is this in standard form equal to 0? No, therefore we add 9 to each side. We end up with x squared plus 10x plus 9 equal to 0. Now in standard form, on your step, I want you to write this down. Ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. That's the standard form. Step 2, QF. So you know what that means. Quadratic formula. Write it down, please. Quadratic formula. X equals minus B plus minus square root B squared minus 4AC over 2A. Which means we need to write it again without the values, open parentheses for all values in the formula. All right? So now that I have my formula, I need to know what A, B, and C are. So step 3, I want you to write ID, A, B, C, which means identify what ABC is. So look up. I'm going to zoom into my original equation right here, and underneath it, I'm going to write AX squared plus BX plus C equal to 0. Because that's standard form, right? This is standard form. So with that said, let's see. In blue, what is A, everyone? What number's in front of the x squared? An invisible 1, so write it in there. That's 1. What is B with red? A positive 10, that is correct. That's B. And in green, what is C? Does everybody see what we're doing? Yes? All right. Therefore, now that we have our values, let's substitute those values into our formula right here. I'm going to start with B because it goes here. Minus B, so what is B? 10 goes there and there. Next, minus 4A. What is A? A is 1, goes there and here. And C, what was C, guys? 9, it goes there. All right. And the rest is history. So let's do the computation. Here we go. We got X equals negative times a 10, that's negative 10, plus minus. What is 10 squared? 100. Minus. What is 4 times 1 times 9? 36. Over 2 times 1 is 2. All right, let's continue with our computation path here. Negative 10 plus minus square root. What is 100 minus 36? 64, and all that divided by 2. All right, so far so good, yes? All right, let's continue simplifying that. X equals negative 10 plus minus. What is square root of 64, everyone? 8, very good, and all that over 10. Now, check this out. At this point, I can write 2 equations, or I can simplify if I can. Let's see. Look up. What is negative 10 divided by 2? Negative 5, right? All right, so let me write that. Negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5. And what is plus minus 8 divided by 2? Plus minus what? 4. This is the answer. However, can we write our 2 equations from here? Yes, x sub 1 and x sub 2. So x sub 1 is what, Danny? Negative 5 plus 4, which is negative 1. And x sub 2 is negative 5 minus 4, which is negative 9. And remind your neighbor what these numbers are called, please. What are those numbers called? 4 names. What are the four names of -1 and -9? X-intercepts, zeros, roots, and solutions. Now, for those of you that forgot, here goes again why they're called that. So watch. They're x-intercepts because when we graph that equation, the equation or that graph is going through -1 and -9 of x. They are zeros because if we solve by factoring, we have to at the end set them equal to 0. Roots because we can solve some of these using square roots, and the solutions because they're solutions. All right. From 1 to 5, how comfortable are you with that? Okay, good. All right, give me a second. Once again, 3 basic steps. Step 1, it has to be in standard form. Step 2, we write our quadratic formula. Step 3, we need to identify A, B, and C. And I forgot step 4. Step 4, we substitute and simplify. All right? So, with that said, copy this next one. Example 2 super cube. -5x equals -3x squared plus 2. -5x equals -3x squared plus 2. All right. -5x equals -3x squared plus 2. All right. Tell your neighbor the first thing you're going to do for that one. What is the first thing you do? What is the first thing you do? All right. Good way of staying focused. All right. Kimberly, what do we do? What is it? Set it equal to 0. So what do you want to send where? -5x to the right side, so that means we need to add 5x, add 5x. So 0 equals -3x squared plus 5x plus 2. Is it in standard form, which means from highest degree to lowest degree? Yes. Is it equal to 0? Yes. All right, that was step 1. What do we do next? Next step, Jacob M. Quadratic formula, QF, that is correct. So x equals minus b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. X equals minus parentheses plus minus square root parentheses squared minus 4 parentheses parentheses over 2 parentheses. What is step 3? Pass on one, Jacob M. Who? Brandon Doherty. ID. ABC. That is correct. Which means underneath here we write our standard form. What is our standard form? AX squared plus BX plus C, and all that equal to 0. So, by the looks of it, in blue, I'm going to identify my A. What is A, everyone? -3. In red, what is B? +5. +5. And in green, what is C, everyone? 2. So, substitute that in there. I'm going to start with B. 5 here, 5 there. A, -3, -3. and C, 2. All right? And of course, last step, step 4, substitute and simplify. So let's simplify all of that. Let me zoom in. X equals -5 plus minus. What is 5 squared? 25. What is negative times 4 times -3 times 2? Well, that becomes a positive. 4 times 3 times 2, that's 24. Over 2 times -3 is -6. So far, so good, yes? Yes, Mr. Q. All right. Next, x equals -5 plus minus square root of 49 over -6. All right. Continue. X equals -5 plus minus. What is square root of 49? 7 over -6. So now, look at this step right here. Can we simplify this fraction anymore, like dividing by 6? Not really, right? Because we can't divide 5 by 6 or 7 by 6. So at this point, pretty much we are done. However, can we write our two equations? X sub 1. What shall I write for x sub 1? Tell your neighbor, and then I'm going to have Danny enlighten us. What do I write for x sub 1? X sub 1. All right, Danny, tell me what you write. Divided by -6. Okay. So this is -5 plus 7, that's 2, divided by -6. Can we simplify that, guys? Yeah, -1/3. That is correct. So, tell your neighbor what you write for x sub 2, and then Danny's going to pass on one. Danny, pass on one. Martin. -6, yes. So -5 and -7, that's -12 divided by -6. So negative divided by a negative is a what? Positive. So what is 12 divided by 6? 2. Let me zoom out. Look how beautiful that looks. Q merch, yeah, like a shirt. Let's go. $10 a pop. Don't tell me you wouldn't buy it. Look at that. How beautiful that looks. I would initial it. Yeah. All right. From 1 to 5, how comfortable are you with this so far? Okay. It's just following the process, right? All right. Let me send you the screen so you can send me your work. All right. Now that we got the hang of it, copy this one down. Example 2 mega Q. Once again, solve using the quadratic formula. -12 minus 4x equals -x squared. -12 minus 4x equals -x squared. Let's see how you do with that one completely by yourself. The whole process. Copy and go. Yeah. Old school. I like that. So, talking about old school, tomorrow's going to be like an old school day, but it's a Friday. So your neighbor, paper, pencil, what is it that you're going to produce tomorrow? Yes, both forms, completing the square and quadratic formula for any of those quadratic equations, yes? Let's go, let's go. We got this. You're like, Q, bring it. Okay, I'm going to bring it. Let's go. All right, for the sake of time, as you're finishing that up, Anthony D's going to guide me through this one, the whole thing. All right, Anthony D, what do I do? Add x squared to both sides. All right, tell me what to write. Okay, then what do I do? But that's for completing the square. Right now we are doing what? Okay, so what do I do next? Okay, so even though he skipped a little step, that's fine, and let me write it out. Ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. So what is a? 1, b, and c. Okay, continue. Okay. So what do I substitute in there? And negative 12. Okay. So let me zoom in so you can guide me through the rest. Hold on. All right. X equals positive 4. Positive 48. Okay. Can I simplify this? Okay. Tell me what to write. Oh, hold on. I'm skipping a step. Sorry. So x equals 4 plus minus. All right. Now we can simplify. So this becomes what? No. Before we write our 2, can we simplify this? All right. Hands, have you got up to right there by yourself? Yes? Okay. So now he's going to guide me to write my 2 equations, which are let me zoom out. Look how beautiful that looks. My goodness. Bam. All right. I'm sending you the screen so you can send me your work. Once again, example 2, super duper Q. Negative 4 plus x squared equals 8x. Now this one has a little curveball, and see how it goes at the end. If you get stuck, don't go forward. Just take a step back, look at it. If you feel that you need to wait for me at the end, that's fine. I'll go over the last part. Go. Oh, and by the way, Anthony D is going to pass it to someone so that he can guide me this one completely all the way through. So make sure you're working on this, please. All right, before Anthony D pass someone to help me out, share with your neighbors to see where you're at so far. Double check your work to make sure you agree with them before we pass it to someone. All right. We good? All right, pass someone, Anthony D. Bree, let's go. What do I do? You have to do what? I'm sorry? Subtract 8x to each side. Okay. Oh, it's frozen. Let it go. Let it go. See what I did there? All right, so tell me what to write. All right, next, what do I do? What's that? Quadratic formula? Minus 4ac over 2a. All right. Let me rewrite that for the sake of time with parentheses. Next, Bree, what do I do? Or identify the numbers, which means identify a, b, and c. So ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. So what is a? B, hold on. And c, -4. And I'll stop right there. So tonight, practice, please, because tomorrow, completing the square and quadratic formula. Let's go. A good one. See you guys tomorrow. Bye. Enjoy your studying, people. Bye. Have a good one.